Hey guys, how you doing? And today we're going to be having a look at the solo from Attack of the Dead Men by Sabaton. This was requested by Jacob D. Thanks for the request, man. Let's have a look at the solo. Alright guys, now tuning for the song is going to be standard E tuning. So get yourself in tune and let's get started. Alright guys, so the first section is going to be starting off with this phrase. Keep in mind that at the end, that's actually not the pinch harmonic in the original recording. It's going to be some sort of dive bomb. Now, I don't have a floating Floyd Rose tremolo, so I'm going to be doing just a pinch harmonic. Alright, if you want to do the dive bomb, it's going to be just a natural harmonic on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and God knows what you'll have to do with the little thing. But anyway, before that, we have... That's just going to be... hammer on from 5 to 7 on the 4th string, and then we're going to be just palm muting on that 7. Now I'm doing all these palm mutes with a downstroke, just all down picking, so that's going to be 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be 6 hits on the palm mute, alright? And if you want, you can alternate those. I wouldn't say it's really that big of a deal, if it's a little bit harder for you to downpick them all, but they're probably most likely all downpicked. And it sounds much more cooler, I believe. You're gonna do that twice, and then you're gonna go to the 3rd string, the 4th fret. You're gonna do the same idea, but a little bit shortcut it. We're gonna just do. So we're only gonna have 2 palm mutes after we hammer on from 4 to 5, and we're gonna palm mute 5 twice. So we're gonna do that twice, and then afterwards we have the pinch harmonic on the 5th fret, which, like I said, is actually a dive bomb in the original recording. And if you have floating Floyd Rose, you can go ahead and do that. So we have. All right, now the next part. We're going to do 2 palm mutes on the 7th fret of the 4th string. We're going to play 10 on the 2nd. And then we're going to palm mute 9 on the 3rd. And then we're going to play 10 on the 2nd and 12 on the 1st. So we have... Right now, after that, we're going to play... So we're going to be playing 9 on the 3rd and 10 on the 2nd again. But after that, we're going to go to the 13th fret, so... Now we're going to play 12 on the 1st, 12 on the 2nd, so I'm when I hit 12 of the 1st, I'm doing that with my index finger barred on the 1st and 2nd string, so I can go 12 on the 1st, and then 12 on the 2nd, and now we have on the 3rd, 14, 12, 14. So we have... Now when you hit that 14, as you can see, I'm kind of vibratoing it and holding it for a second there before I go on to the next phrase. And the next phrase is going to be... So what we're going to do there at first is going to be 13 on the 2nd, 12 on the 1st, and then we have 14, 13, 12 going on the 3rd string, 2nd string, and then 1st string. So that will go back to back. That's 13-12 on the second, and then 15 on the first, 13-12 on the second. Similar idea, just up kind of for one position. We're going to do 17 on the first, 15-13 on the second. Now we're going to play 17 on the first. And then we're going to do a full tone bend on 15 of the first. And then again with vibrato. So once again, guys, let's recap everything so far. Alright, now the next part goes like this. So we're going to be doing a full tone bend. It's going to be a quick bend on 19 of the third. Then we're going to play 20 on the second. So we have... And then I'm going to hit 19 on the third without the bend. So we have... Now we're going to do 17 on the second, 17 on the first, and then 17 on the second. And for this purpose, I have my index finger barred on both those frets. So we have... Now we're going to play 19 on the third to end this phrase. So we have... Now with my free ring finger, I'm going to slide over to 24 quickly. And then I'm going to do hammer on to a pull off with my index and middle going 20, 22, and then 20. So we'll have... I'm going to go back and play 19, and then 20 on the second. Excuse me, 22 on the second. I'm going to play 22 on the second. So we'll have 20, 19 on the first, 22 on the second, and then 19 on the third. So to recap, now after you play that 19 on the third, you're going to slide back to 17. And then we're going to play 20 on the second, 17 on the third, sliding back to 16. And after you slide into 16 of the third, you're going to hit it again with vibrato. Alright, so to recap once again from the bend. And that, guys, is the entirety of the first section. Let's have another look at it slowly with some tabs. Alright, guys, now the second section is going to be starting off like this. So we're going to be starting off sliding into 14 of the third. Hammer on from 12 to 14. And then we're going to play 9 on the third. Then we're going to repeat that hammer on, but now we're going to play 7 instead of 9. So we'll have... Now you're going to pick 4 on the third, and you are going to hammer on 5, 7. You want to jump in with your right hand now as you do that hammer on to the 12th fret of the third to tap it. So what you're going to do here essentially is after you tap 12, you want to pull off to 7, 5, 4, and then hammer back on 5, 7. So we have now with 14. And then back to 12, but now when you go back to 12 and tap it again, you're only gonna go 12, 7, 5, and then 4. Alright, so we have... And now with only my left hand, I'm doing 7, 5, 3 on the 4th, and then same thing on the 5th. This is going to be just all legato. You're going to have to do some hammer-ons from nowhere. So to play it up to speed. Alright, so what we have so far. Alright, after that you're going to... So I'm sliding with my middle finger into the 7th fret of the 4th string. And then palm muted, I'm going to play 7, 9, 10 also on the 4th string. We're going to shift over to 9 of the 3rd when we're going to play it. 10 on the 2nd, back to 9 of the 3rd. We're going to hit 12 of the 2nd string twice now, and second time we want to give it a bend and vibrato. So what we have is... Alright. And now we have this phrase. I'm going to do a bend on 15 of the 2nd string, a full tone bend. And then we're going to play 12, 13 on the 1st string, excuse me. Then we're going to play 15 on the 2nd, 12 on the 1st, so we have 13 on the 2nd and then 15, 12, 13, and then 10 on the, we're still on the 2nd string, and then we're going to do 13 on the 3rd. So it goes... You want to give that some nice vibrato. Now after that, we're going to go over to the 19th fret of the 1st string. We're going to do a half-tone bend. Then we're going to bend it again, but the second time it's with the release. So we have... Now we pull off to 17. Then we hit 19 again with a vibrato. So we have... That's the next phrase. We're going to do 17, 20, 19, 17. And then 16, 19. At this point, we're going to hit 17 on the 1st. Now, we're still on the 1st string, that is. We're going to hit 17, and then we're going to hammer onto 19, and then pull back off 17, 16. So we have... So... And then we're just going to descend down the scale now. And we're going to do, after the little... We're going to do on the 2nd string 18, 17. On the 3rd string 19, 17, 16. And then we're going to do 19 on the 4th. And we're going to vibrato 18. So to recap this part... Putting it together with everything before. Alright, now the last part of this section is just going to be a little run with some bends at the end. So we're going to be on the 14th fret of the 5th string. We're going to do 14, 15, 17. Slightly palm muted. Same thing on the 4th. And then on the 3rd string, we're going to do 14, 16, 17. Not palm muted. And then on the 2nd string, we're going to do 15, 17, 18. And then on the 17th fret after that, we're going to do a half-tone bend. So we have... And now, we're going to do a full tone bend on 20 of the 2nd. At the end, we're going to slightly release it and then hit it again with vibrato. So we have... That, guys, the entirety of the 2nd section. Let's have another look at it slowly with some tabs. Alright guys, let's have a look at the 3rd section. It's probably the easiest part of the entire solo. Just going to be a very melodic stuff going on. We're going to be starting off. So we're gonna be sliding into 10 of the 4th, and then we're gonna play 9 and then 10. Then we're gonna repeat that. The same idea, going 14, 12, 14, also on the same string. So that next part's going sliding into 18, and then we're gonna play 19 and then 16 on the 3rd. So now after you play that 16, you're gonna rake into that same 16 but with a full tone bend. So we have, make sure you add the vibrato to that bend, okay? So we have, and now we have, so we're gonna be playing, it's gonna be 17, sliding into 17 of the 3rd, playing 16 and then 17 again, so. And now we're gonna play 14 twice, but the second time we're gonna rake into it and give it vibrato, so. Now the same idea, but instead of 14, we're gonna do 12, so. So to recap. Alright, now to wrap it up. We're gonna slide into 17 of the 2nd, and we're gonna play 15 and then 17 again. But now there's gonna be kind of a slide out of that 17. And we're gonna slide back into 12, and then we play 13. After you play 13, you're gonna rake into a full tone bend on the same fret. And then you want to hit 13 with vibrato. So we have. So. Alright, now we're going to repeat this part on and on. It's the part that kind of starts from here. Alright guys, so that's the entirety of the 3rd section. Let's have another look at it slowly with some tabs. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this lesson for the solo from the Attack of the Dead Man by Sabaton. Be sure to check out our Patreon page in the description below. You can get some extra benefits and you can support us to keep making these solo and riff lessons. If you have a request, whether it's a solo or riff lesson, put it in the comments below, and happy shredding guys.